Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles the Bands. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. We'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. Okay, great. So today, let's get straight into this topic here. We have a major update for you guys. As you guys know, going into Game 1, Houston versus Lakers, we got a major bit of news that came out about an hour or so prior to the game starting, which was that Kevin Durant wasn't going to be available for Game 1. And the reports, from what I've been able to hear, was that it was due to a knee injury that he suffered in practice. And once that news came out, it basically took all of the air out of the game. I was listening to Sports and Fitness Rants just today. He was responding to Winnie the Pooh, and he made a comment which was true. I watched the game too, and the Lakers were the only playoff game, maybe like one or two playoff games that didn't seem like a playoff game. It just seemed like a regular NBA game, that particular game. The Spurs one felt like a playoff game. The Thunder one felt like a playoff game. The Pistons game felt like had a playoff atmosphere, but the Lakers one didn't really have that. So given the fact that Kevin Durant didn't play, the Lakers were essentially able to beat the Houston Rockets pretty handily. Given the fact they don't have a point guard and then they don't have their number one scorer, Kevin Durant, you pretty much knew that was going to be the outcome. But a lot of people began to basically suspect that Kevin Durant was going to be back for Game 2. And one of the reasons was because they had a 3-day rest period. They had Sunday off, Monday off, 2 days off. They had Sunday and Monday off. But for KD, he would have Saturday, Sunday, Monday, so additional days to rest. So I was just going through the internet here, and I came across an article. It says, when will Kevin Durant return? Latest on Rockets Stars Game 2 status. Before we get into this article, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Prize Picks. All right, guys, the playoff push is heating up. Tournament hoops are here. The Masters is underway, and the NBA playoffs are right around the corner. There's no better way to cash in if you're right on all of this action than Prize Picks, America's #1 sports pick app. So I jumped into their team picks feature, and honestly, I had no idea why I waited this long. First time I tried it, I was picking game winners on some of these games. Came out right on my first one, and watching the game just hit completely different after that. And here's what I love. On top of the players' picks you already know, you can now pick game winners, spreads, and totals. You can even call who wins the championship or takes home the MVP. Mix and match across basketball, baseball, hockey, golf, all in the same app. And if your picks get off to a hot start, you can cash out early before the game even ends. Now download the Prize Picks app today, pick your first game winner, spread, or total as the playoff push rolls on, and get $50 in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup when you use code CLNS. That's code CLNS to get $50 in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Okay, perfect. Let's get into it. The Houston Rockets find themselves in an early hole in the first round series against the Los Angeles Lakers. A 107-98 game one loss on Saturday came without their best player, and the difference was immediately apparent. Luke Kennard scored a game-high 27 points. LeBron controlled the game from start to finish with 19 points and 13 assists. The Rockets shot just 37.6% from the field and could not get anything going offensively without Kevin Durant in the lineup. The good news for Houston arrived on Sunday. There is reason to believe Durant will be back for Game 2. USA Today's Ben DuBose of the Rockets Wire provided an update of the immediate aftermath of Game 1. Continues on. He said, KD, from what I heard, there's a good chance he could return in Game 2. There's hope that Kevin Durant could return by Game 2, which is on Tuesday night. Rockets coach Ime Udoka has suggested the injury is more of a mobility issue than pain tolerance concern, and that he expected it to be a one-game absence. And it says imaging revealed nothing structurally significant, which is an encouraging sign for Houston's chances to get back their star on the floor quickly. And then continues on. It says Durant bumped knees with a teammate during Wednesday's practice. The contusion affected the patella tendon area, limiting his movement enough that he could not suit up despite going through an extensive warm-up before Game 1 tip-off. His knee was described as tough to bend in certain ways. By Game 2 on Tuesday, Durant will have had 6 days to recover. Even if he is less than fully mobile, his presence alone changes what the Rockets are capable of offensively. So that's the update here. So what this article is saying is that basically Kevin Durant is going to return for Game 2. So what does that mean for this series? Well, I think it means what a lot of people think it means. It means that the Rockets are going to be considerably better. I think the Rockets are going to win game 2 on the road. I think they're going to steal game 2. I don't see the Lakers winning game 2 on the road. And then what I think will probably most likely happen is that the Rockets will steal game 2. They'll go home and win game 3 and game 4. And then the Lakers will have to fight for their lives to keep it alive in game 5. Or if not, they're going to close them out on the road, right? So I think the Lakers dodged the bullet by Kevin Durant not playing. And it just really shows you the delta of what KD provides to the team. Because with KD, they were talking about the Lakers were immediate underdog. But with Kevin Durant off the floor, the Lakers beat the Rockets handily. That's how much of a delta he provides for that team. Like, it's crazy. Like, look at the difference. People are like, he went from KD will come back and it's a done deal to, man, he's lost. And the Lakers, it looks like the Rockets. And it's true, right? And it's true. So you have that. Then on the other side for the Lakers, there's also some speculation that Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves will return. From what I've heard, those guys are not returning at all. Even though you saw Luka on the sideline, Luka and Austin Reeves will not be back for the first round. If anything, from some of the reporting that I've been hearing, that Luka Doncic, if anything, would come back before Austin Reeves. But we have to wait and see. But for now, this is the update. You guys let me know what you think about it in the comments, and we catch you on the next show. Peace.